In the vast, icy expanse of Greenland, where the northern lights dance across the sky, lies a hidden marvel, the emerald apple fields. These aren't just any apple orchards. They grow shimmering green apples that taste of crisp winter air and sweet sunlight, a secret nurtured by the land itself. For centuries, this paradise was watched over by a benevolent and powerful guardian, the Snow Queen. Her magic, woven from frost and starlight, ensured the fields thrived, providing sustenance and joy to the local communities who lived in harmony with nature. One day, a shadow fell upon this tranquil land. Giant rumbling machines appeared on the horizon, their metallic bodies a stark contrast to the pristine white and vibrant green of the landscape. They belonged to the World Corporation, a massive conglomerate that saw the emerald apple fields not as a natural wonder, but as untapped real estate for their next mega factory. They came with blueprints and bulldozers, intending to pave over paradise and replace the magical orchards with concrete and steel. The local people pleaded with the corporation's foreman, explaining the sacredness of the land and the importance of the apples to their way of life. But their words were dismissed. The corporation saw only profit, and the people's connection to the land was an obstacle to be removed. They offered paltry sums of money, promising jobs in the very factory that would destroy their heritage. Heartbroken but resolute, the people refused. The corporation, however, decided to proceed by force. As the first machine roared to life, its massive shovel poised to tear into the sacred ground, the air grew suddenly intensely cold. The sky, once a clear, pale blue, darkened with swirling storm clouds from the heart of the blizzard. A figure emerged, ethereal and commanding. It was the Snow Queen, her eyes blazing with the fire of a winter storm. She had been awakened by the pain of her land and the cries of her people. She stood before the colossal machines, a lone figure of pure wintry power. The foreman scoffed, ordering their drivers to move forward, but as the first bulldozer lurched towards her, she raised a hand. With a graceful gesture, a massive wall of solid, glistening ice erupted from the ground, blocking the machine's path. The driver slammed on the brakes, staring in disbelief. The ice wall was as tall as a building, impenetrable and shimmering with magical energy. The corporation's leaders, watching from a distance, were stunned but not deterred. They believed their technology could overcome any obstacle. They ordered their most advanced drills to be brought in, designed to bore through solid rock. The drills whined as they began to spin, their diamond tips aimed at the ice wall. The Snow Queen watched, her expression calm. As the drills made contact, she simply whispered too. The wind instantly, a deep, resonant hum filled the air. The ice wall began to glow from within, and the drills, instead of cutting through, started to freeze solid. The metal groaned and warped as frost crept up their mechanisms, rendering them useless husks of frozen steel. Panic began to set in among the workers. This was not a force they could fight with machinery. The Snow Queen then turned her attention to the fleet of vehicles. She summoned a blizzard, not of snow, but of enchanted apple blossoms. The petals swirled through the air, delicate yet powerful. Wherever they landed on the machines, they didn't melt. Instead, they took root. Within minutes, vibrant green vines sprouted from the engines, wrapping around gears and disabling electronics. The mighty machines of industry were being reclaimed by nature, adorned with the very life they had sought to destroy. Realizing their technology was utterly defeated, the corporation's leaders made a desperate, final attempt. They deployed a squadron of advanced drones, programmed to bypass ground-level defenses and map the area for weaknesses. As the drones swarmed into the sky, the Snow Queen looked up and smiled faintly. She began to sing, her voice echoing across the tundra. It was a song of ancient lullabies and the wild spirit of the north. As she sang, the northern lights intensified, their colors swirling and descending from the heavens. They weren't just lights anymore. They took the form of majestic phantom eagles and soaring snowy owls. These celestial guardians of the sky swooped down upon the drones. They didn't attack with claws or beaks, but with waves of pure, harmless energy. The drone systems short-circuited, their propellers sputtered, and they fell from the sky like silent, metallic rain, landing softly in the snow, completely deactivated. The world watched, stunned. News channels broadcast the incredible images. A single graceful queen and her natural magic halting an army of industrial might. The World Corporation, facing global awe and pressure, had no choice but to retreat. Their machines, now covered in flourishing apple vines, were left behind as monuments to their folly. With the threat gone, the Snow Queen turned to the people. She lowered the great ice wall, which melted away into pure, life-giving water that nourished the apple fields. The sun broke through the clouds, and the emerald apple fields shone brighter than ever before. Peace had returned to Greenland. The Snow Queen had not fought with anger or destruction, but with the unyielding, creative power of life itself. She had shown the world that true strength isn't found in machines that tear down, but in the spirit that nurtures and protects. Her legend became a timeless reminder that even in the face of overwhelming force, the magic of nature and the courage to defend it will always prevail. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more tales from the world's hidden wonders.